Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Okay, we've seen the recent killings here in Enugu State where 25 people were killed, and at the same time in a community called UZOIUWANI.
UZOIUWANI local government. Yes.
We saw the Fulani sacked and pursued and threatened, the whole community. And this we know that is not good enough, for our country called Nigeria. What's your take as regards this continuous killing?
Additionally, the federal government of Nigeria has not been showing anything like remorse over Fulani incessant killings of Southeasterners. Just recently, after 12 terrorists were lynched at Urumi, Edo State, EMIR of KANO run to the southern Nigeria, threatening the Oba of Benin, threatening the Hobi people, threatening the Urumi people, and they make sure that they prepare Fulani militias to attack Urumi. This is the handwork of northern oligarchies. And I'm telling you that while this thing is happening, these killings by Fulani herdsmen, we actually run into a conclusion that federal government of Nigeria is deriving interest, deriving joy, yes, from Fulani incessant, incursion, especially in Igbo land. Just look at what happened at Urumi. It was, let me say, it was absolutely a justified perpetration, yes, by the people of Urumi. The people of Urumi actually did not take law into their hands because the perpetrators, the assailants, were arrested, caught with guns, lethal weapons. How do you justify it? It is an upright act. Nobody could ever do that. Condemning Urumi communities' perpetration against insurgents in Edo State is the most, let me say, dangerous action, so far taken by the northern oligarchy, the Fulani Janjaweeds. Look at the condemnation from EMIR of KANO, and the made EMIR of KANO to talk what is not accepted, to threaten the Southerners, to threaten the sovereign state of Nigeria. Look at EMIR SADUANA of SOKOTO himself. He was talking trash. Yes, from the angle of injustice, from the angle of gross inequality, trying to tell us that Christians do not have value in Nigeria. It is only the Fulanis, it is only the Muslims that have more value in Nigeria. Incessant killing, maiming, neutralization, decimation of Christians in the north, mid-belt, southeast, southwest. Look at attack at Owo, St. Augustine, whereby 47, the whole ethnicities in Nigeria were involved, especially Christians at Owo, Ondo State, were attacked by terrorists. At the end of the day, they accused the unknown government. Who are the people behind the unknown? The mask. Nobody is unknown government. The Fulani terrorists, the Janjaweed in the north, the Boko Haram and ISWAP, they are the perpetrators of what is going on across Nigeria presently, especially killings going on against Christians in the various Christian communities, in Plateau states, in Anambra State, in Imo State. All those killings, all those shootings, all those genocide going on, the perpetrators are Fulani herdsmen. Fulani herdsmen has actually connoted the most dangerous, the fourth most dangerous terrorist platform in the world is Fulani herdsmen, and Nigerian government are not doing anything about it. Another killing in Enugu State, whereby the whole community has abandoned UZOIUWANI local government. Formerly it was in Umulokpa, currently in UZOIUWANI. They are the Abani people. They produce rice. They are the food basket of Nigeria, especially in Enugu State. This UZOIUWANI local government is a swampy place where Enugu, Anambra, and the Benue with Kogi are sharing borders. From that axis of Kogi State, there is this frequent, let me say, influx of the Fulani herders from north into that community because they live in a farmland. That's why they are exposed to insecurity, exposed to Fulani herdsmen attack, incursion, anytime, anywhere, because they live far away from urbanities in Igbo land. They are farmland dwellers. They dwell in the bush. That's why the Fulanis are having upper hand with their, number of foot soldiers armed with sophisticated lethal weapons, AK-47, AK-49, and Kalashnikov. Yet, Nigerian government allowed them free will, free movement, free right to cause this kind of, let me say, hostilities, animosities across Nigerian states. Igbo land is not left out. What am I talking about? What about Southwest, whereby the Paki are the Akins people? They are this particular village or community where our brother Nee Samson comes from. They have mixed up with the Fulanis and they are buying them. They are neutralizing them anyhow there. Because you see Fulani there in the mosque, see Fulani in their market, they share the same farmland, they stay in houses, and these people are very, very unfriendly people. Dangerously unfriendly. I mean the Fulani tribes. They are not supposed to live among Nigerians. The only best thing action to take right now is for the whole tribes across the country to come together, congregate, and come out with a common objectives. What are the objectives? Every tribe, all the tribes in Nigeria should unanimously cooperate. To do what? To give them wrong. Kenya also, to pursue them so that they will actually abscond back to where they came from 18th century ago. Let me tell you, the Fulanis are not the natives of this country. The Fulanis, through the influence of our border with Chad, our border with Niger, our border with Northern Republic of Benin, intruded into Nigerian region, especially the north, and started causing what? Mayhem. How many centuries ago? Their original hosts, are the Hausas. Yes. Southern Kaduna, Northern Kaduna, Zamfara, Katsina, Sokoto, Bauchi, and so on and so forth. Former Gongola that was sharing border with Chad and Cameroon. These are the axes, the regions, the states from where the Fulani incursions actually had their way into this country called Nigeria. And the federal government of Nigeria, every government agencies in Nigeria are being filled by the Fulani themselves. I don't know how they wangle their way, how they maneuver their way into all the federal agencies, whereby no Igbo man, no Yoruba man controls. It is all over Yoruba land, all over Hausa land, even some area in Igbo land. You go to the federal agencies over there, you see Fulani man heading such establishment or public institution. Instead of allowing Igbo, allowing Yoruba respectively to control such agencies in their region, they allow the Fulanis. It is very, very uncalled for. It is a very, very dangerous venture to allow the Fulanis to cover all over the federal designations. Yes, only them, without having other tribes. And you see that the Fulani men are bent on this perpetration of killings out of terrorism because of what? One reason. What? Religion. Followed by what? Ethnic bigotry. Yes. They cause all manner of xenophobic injuries to other tribes in Nigeria. Simply because they are the ones that are filling the whole federal agencies, all the Nigerian armed forces, the whole security agencies in Nigeria headed by the Fulanis. That's why they have become the first-class citizen. And they are yet the visitors from Sahel countries. They are not originally from Nigeria. And nobody's doing anything about it. I just want you to take a trip to all the filling stations, all the police stations, all the barracks, army barracks, the whole customs, immigration, controls, custom operation offices. You will actually find out that the whole controllers, the whole IG, the whole DPO, every one of them are from Fulani extractions. That's why they hold guns, they are the one handling arms, they are the one coming out with stringent policies, bringing down their southern, let me say, counterparts to their knees, thereby enslaving all of us. I reject it in Jesus' name. What actually transpired at Uromi, a community in Edo State, has exposed many anomalies going on in Nigeria or within Nigerian system. And those are the places that federal government should at least touch. We need amendment. We need serious transformation, politically, socially, and otherwise. Because the Fulani man could not be first class in a land that is not his own. Fulani man does not have any portion of land in Nigeria. That's why they stop history curriculum in our universities. In our educational curriculum, They don't read history anymore. Many years back, and nobody, no students, no organization in Nigeria has actually come out. Even Nigeria Bar Association, lawyers supposed to read history more than you and I. But the lawyers, they don't know. They go there, they read only law. They don't read history. They read only law, and the law they read is how to grab land, how to, subjugate fellow Nigerians to incessant oppression. Why not making it a point of duty, organizing this kind of, constitutional national conference? Everybody should come together to question the Ministry of Education. Why history should not be included in our educational curriculum? It's because Fulani don't want us to know history. Yes, people of the up north, they are not wise. They are already intimidated. That's why they have not been questioning the Ministry of Education. Our education institutions have turned their back, on history. History is very important. If you don't imbibe or eschew history, I think it will enable you to forget your past, forget where you come from, forget your ancestry. You can never trace your roots if you turn your back on history. Fulani has gone a long way to demolish, to destroy our institution of education, thereby turning our youths to what? Absolute blindness over history. Our youths, our students, our PhD holders, our BSc holders, our great intellectuals across the country, they are all history blind. Because one, Adamu, Minister of Education, one, Halilu Akilu, Minister of Education, has actually deceived Nigeria that removal of history is an evil, as the Fulanis did in the mid-80s when General Buhari took over, since a democratically elected president regime of Chagari, and turned the whole Nigerians into what? Fools. That was how they banned Oboroko. Oboroko was banned so that Fulani will be selling their cow meat. Meat is not good for you. You don't need to eat red meat. In those days, 70s, 80s, we eat cod, stockfish. Fulani used their politics and ban Oboroko so that Nigerians will be buying cows. In Yoruba land, they like brokotos. Bomo, brokotos. Not knowing that in Igbo land, we use Oboroko as our everything. Goat Oboroko is there. They not burn them well. Oboroko is coming in from axis of Cameroon and Gabon. You can't stop it. Yes, Fulani politics can never reach Aba, because on that water, Fulani cannot excel. They don't live coral life. They cannot swim in the ocean. If they want to stop Oboroko that is coming from axis of Cameroon and Gabon, I think they will live to regret it. So what am I trying to say here? The Janja who is called Fulanis are bent on at least bringing down Nigerian people, thereby subjugating all its citizens to this kind of, let me say, servility or slavery.
But what do you think that Peter Mbah should be doing as regards this? Because we know that for a fact that before Ekpa was, arrested in Finland, he keeps saying that Ekpa was the major cause of the insecurity in the southeast.
Peter Mbah should be arrested. The cause.
A sitting governor, has that ever happened in Nigeria?
Yes.
A current sitting governor.
United Nations has upper hand over Nigeria. United Nations is above Nigeria.
But it has never happened. It has never happened in the history of Nigeria.
See, it is going to happen. Because Peter Mbah turning his back on what is needful instead of supporting ESN. ESN that Abia has actually embraced now to take care of the whole security apparatus of Abia State is doing well. ESN is doing well, making sure that Fulani incursion is not going to, enter or come into Abia State terrain. That place is well secured because ESN has stepped in. As I'm talking to you now, Peter Mbah is supposed to be arrested to answer for the lives and property lost over how many weeks now. At the axis of Enugu farmland, Film Village, thousands were killed, maimed, and neutralized by the Fulani headers. Then this week again, UZOIUWANI local government, after the last week attack that at least saw almost 14 UZOIUWANI men and women, beside children, killed, maimed, disalive. This week again, 25 were recorded. 25 UZOIUWANI people living in the farmland were shot to death. by Fulani herdsmen. And the communities over there, they have abandoned their communities, taking solace in Anambra State in their large number. There is mass exodus of UZOIUWANI people from the axis of Adane, Abane, Umolum, Isuzo, Isuzo. What do you call these people? Ikemu, Nsuka area like that, you know, that is closer to Benue State. They have actually exuded their ancestral land into Anambra State for solace. Yes. Enugu State farmland has become desolate, thoroughly evacuated by the farmers in their farmlands because of Fulani incessant incursion. Fulani are coming from the axis of Benue, the North Igbo region, and gain their entrance into Igbo land, Enugu State and Anambra State. And not only doing that, what are their mission? Their mission and their objectives is to conquer, to destroy the farmland, to actually kill the whole owners of the land in that area and occupy the lands. That is their primary intention and the objectives. And that is actually what is going on in Mid-Belt. Plateau State is subjected to incessant attack by the Fulani Janjaweeds, who actually unleashed terror in various communities recently in Plateau State. Plateau State buried almost 200 of their indigents last week. Yes, that actually made the whole royal chiefs, I mean monarchs in the north, to actually condemn Fulani killings. They said it is getting out of hand, that they should all this time stand up against Fulani headers' attack, which is why the Zamfara area and the Katsina area states, they have initiated this vigilante group, trying to enroll their able-bodied youths, physically fit youths, and they continue to do so. The registration, the enrollment, recruitment is on course, progressively going on. And what actually happened was that the whole entrance enrolled into that platform were all 100% Hausa indigenous. So, as they were enrolling, I mean the Fulanis were excluded. Why? They were the one that exclude themselves from being among the, entrance. But the local Hausas were coming in their large numbers because they have the zeal to protect their land. While Fulani, the visitors, actually excluded themselves because they are the perpetrators of all those bloody activities going on in Zamfara, in Katsina, kidnapping, incessant one. All the Hausa farmers, Hausa businessmen, even the Igbo businessmen in the town. The Fulanis has actually destroyed Nigeria. The north is no longer a better place, a safe place or peaceful region it was enjoying before. The Fulani Janjaweeds from the Sahara Desert has actually come in and rewrite the narratives of that region. That I know food, essential commodities were very, very cheap in the 80s, 60s, 70s, 90s, even early 2000s, before the inception of the then administration of Buhari. Buhari would be honored. Why? For being the man that introduced banditry, Lakarua, ISWAP, Fulani herdsmen, terrorism in Nigeria. It was not like that before. Yes, I have to say it. We owe it to Major General Buhari. He came in introducing banditry. Banditry were the armed runners that he brought over from the Sahel country to assist him fighting Jonathan in 2015 to win election. He invited them. And today, they have gotten out of control. Even during his regime, Buhari could no longer control them. That's why they started this incursion in the southwest as headers, incursion in the mid-north as kidnappers. Even in the southeast, there are kidnappers going on there, and they are Fulanis. So what am I trying to say? Fulani has gone a long way to destroy Nigeria, a country that does not belong to them. Their ancestry are traced currently to Futa Jalon Highland, Senegambia. That's where they come from. Nigeria is not their land. And because of the kind of selfishness we've seen on our politicians, greedy bigots, that's why they allow this Fulani incursion or infiltration of the country called Nigeria. If not that our politicians are greedy, very dangerous, you know, deadly, I don't think the Fulani Janjaweeds would have had their way. But our politicians, they are the principal cause of what Nigerians are going through today. Nigeria would have been the best place to be in the world. But due to the kind of greedy, ravenous politicians we have all around the country of Nigeria, we are not enjoying here anymore. This place is no longer a safe haven for Nigerians because our politicians are abusing, stealing our commonwealth. They are now taxation-based economy to tax Nigerian masses and still steal the money. To borrow from World Bank and still pocket the money themselves. All the loans, where are they going? Is there any infrastructure in place? They pay the money into their various accounts, coming out with some mega projects that could not even solve the purposes for which those loans were secured. Yes, we are now involved in a multidimensional poverty. Multidimensional poverty is a situation whereby the kind of lack and deprivation Nigerians are going through now is multifaceted. Yes, it has metamorphosed into many dimensions. Poverty in the sense that if you have medical issue in the hospital, you will understand what I mean by multidimensional poverty. On the way to go to the specialist hospital to receive treatment, it's gonna take you 3 hours. While your doctor actually told you that you have only 30 minutes to live. On the road, there will be traffic. You are not getting as earlier as required or suggested by your doctor to loot. Traffic palaver, traffic trouble will delay you and disturb you until you miss the accurate time as suggested by the doctor. What is going to happen is that the ailment will unalive you, disalive you, or pie you on your way going to the hospital. Some persons say, it's because of the road. Good. That is what is called multidimensional poverty. Had it been there is, you know, this kind of national interest first, all those roads, deplorable roads, would have been in a better shape or condition. And such lives being wasted daily in Nigeria as a result of traffic, let me say, trouble or crisis wouldn't have been occurring. Nigerians wouldn't have been dying in their large numbers. Multi-dimensional poverty. You budget and read annual expenditure to Nigerians. At the end of the day, not even half of the money budgeted could be expended to execute national projects, constituency projects. They will all disburse the money among themselves into their various accounts. You see, Nigeria is subjected to multidimensional poverty because of the selfishness, carelessness of our politicians who don't have the interests of Nigerians at heart. What they are good on doing is siphoning money on daily basis, taxing Nigerians. The kind of yoke, you know, attached or tied to our necks this time is too what? Painful, excruciating work. Because you pay tax, pay this, pay that, at the wharf, the major taxes is waiting for you, I wait for you. When you import your container, you bought the goods in the container, 10 million. Custom, Fulani custom, and Yoruba custom, they are waiting for you at port, seaport, Apapa. For you to clear a container again, you will pay 20 million. From the plus the 10 million you bought those goods in America, that is 30 million. How much are you going to sell Nigerians? Multidimensional poverty. It is the government agents, it is Nigerian politicians, as a result of bad governance, are the one orchestrating multidimensional poverty across Nigeria. Nigeria customs are generating trillions every year. Better nama na for what? Na nama body. Now Nigerians, 1.something trillion. We are paying and paying and not giving us good result. All they do is to misgovern this country, coming out with such excruciating bad governance. I'm telling you that Fulani has gone a long way. They're everywhere. They're at the custom, immigration, police, prison, quarantine, everywhere. The whole three arms of government are headed by the Fulanis. Are you trying to tell me that Fulanis are not at the Department of Judiciary? What about the lawmakers, the legislature? They are there. The executive, they are there. So what are we saying? By the time we know the cause of our ailments, we will never, ever be able to ameliorate. I think time for amelioration has come. All Nigerian tribes in the east, in the west, in the KANO, everybody should come together with the South-South, congregate, unite, to become a strong union that will be able to chase the Fulanis out of Nigeria. I think I have to pause here until when we come tomorrow, we should begin again with our Nigerian narratives.
Okay, thank you.